right, welcome everybody to Grown Women. Where we talk about real conversations about real shit. I have my heavy hitter to my left, which is
Khadijah Bray.
Alrighty, and I have the heavy hitter to my right,
Pam Hooks.
That's right. And I am Crystal Said That. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Crystal Said That. Our topic for today, part 2 of our conversation on who is policing our hair.
We applaud each other, but what she's saying is we're living in a time in government where government should not, let alone legislate what I do with my feminine side.
The Jerry Curl Act 67695.
But they controlled our bodies
that's right.
at times. So why wouldn't our hair not be on the bill? Well, we're saying that 2020, and even in the beginning when an American Airlines stewardess, flight attendant, was told she could not wear her braided hair. Cornrows. So that went to the Supreme Court.
But Kim Kardashian wore it, and everybody was talking about how beautiful.
And so the Bo Derek. So let's just realize that we have.
But it's a 10 on other women who don't look like us. But when we wear it.
But what's interesting is you'll find that men have made these laws. White men have made these laws. Most women would really be like, okay, but let's be honest, white and black women. White women and white men are repulsed. In the beginning, we're repulsed by our hair. That's why we had to tie it up. And so when we start straightening it and doing things that they were approved, we got their approval because we were looking for the white man's approval. We weren't, we had arrived at, come on, let's look at Harriet Tubman. We have arrived. But a lot of us were not self-aware. We were slaves. And so getting incarcerated from that slave mentality meant, be like Mike. And be like Anne. And so we were doing things to be like Anne. And now that we are revolting, now that we are rebellious, now that we are inside our free selves and saying, you know what? I like my dark skin. I like my nappy hair. I like what it's like once I wash it and let the air hit it like white people do. I like what it does. And this is me. And that makes me an individual. Indivisible.
And I think that's a more powerful conversation than
I never thought about
the policing of the hair.
Just letting it air dry and that. This is washing up. This is what I'm going to do.
But I think you framed the conversation, the policing of our hair. But I think we need to flip it and talk about how it's revolutionary. And I think that gives more power to the conversation than us once again being the victim. Because there are more women of color doing the natural thing.
So let's change that. The revolution.
I know, but
the revolution of the coil.
Yeah, right.
The coil revolution
of the crown.
Yeah.
This is what it is. But let's be clear, darling. We're not victims by doing what we did. And I don't think we're speaking of victimization. What we're talking about is the civil right to be ourselves. And I don't feel victimized by it.
I think that
they have to unwind it, not me.
Right, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
But I don't feel like a victim. I think
some people do.
1970 or 1980, I might have felt victimized. But today, sitting among you and all the other women who have been freed from all that creamy crack, we don't feel victimized. We feel powerful.
Some people do. Some people do.
And so there we go. And I wonder those who feel victimized is maybe because of, again, the post-traumatic slave syndrome.
We've all been affected by racism.
And what we're really talking about, self-love.
I remember when I was younger, probably my daughter's age, and I was looking in a magazine. And I was in the hair salon at the time, about to get a Jerry curl.
Jerry joint.
Had one.
That was creamy crack with the small rolls.
I'm looking in and this forever changed my life, and it actually changed how I dealt with my hair. But so on the picture was 2 brown girls, long hair, straight. They're smiling. They got the lip gloss on. They got the rest hair's long, and the subtext read "Becoming Beautiful." And
was that just for me?
I don't know what it was back then because I was like 8, 9, but it stuck with me like, wow, so this is not beautiful. So I have to manipulate this in order to become beautiful. Even the Barbie dolls we played with, the images we saw on TV, and how powerful TV is as a medium to say like, this is what beauty looks like.
That was just words in a.
But if you're seeing that every day,
right? But that's powerful.
Is at work, and I'm seeing this every day.
Just the words with the picture.
Becoming beautiful, and then they used us against us to get us into those chemicals in our hair.
That's why these
I was
marketing
forever
execs
changed.
make all this damn money.
Yeah, I think that
Because they
think
start
also
the shit.
They prey on the vulnerability of your fear, and that is that you don't have the wavy hair that your grandmother thought you should have or anybody
Listen.
else. So let me just give you a product that'll make you feel that. Now we were a part of that.
Yes, we
we
were.
were part of that. Carson and John and all
But
those
I'm gonna
other
tell
people.
you, this is why I always like Chris Rock's. What was it? Good hair.
Yes.
I thought that was just just listening to what even the young girls were saying. The one who had the afro, and her peers were like, "But you'd never be able to get the good job that you would." And I'm thinking, these are beautiful black young women who
were passed down the ideals of our great. That's right.
And the girl, but when Chris Rock went to the store and said, "Hey, do you guys have any like afro hair like this?"
Yes, I remember that.
And the Asian guy said, "Oh no, that's ugly."
Yeah.
He was like,
But they've been taught that too. They've been taught that
But now
too.
you can go in and you can find it.
Yes, you
Now,
can
listen,
find
I
that.
went into a Korean place one day because I was wearing long dreadlocks about the same color as your hair, and they were down to here. And I always kept them really impeccable. They were really looking good. And so I went back to the wig section of this big hair care place. And of course, my Asian sisters was running it. And I said, sometimes I want to go incognito. I want to wig. I want to put a wig on. And so I'd never worn a wig. And so I said, I want to try it. And so she says, that's a wig you're wearing. Like that. I said, no, this is my hair. And she was trying to convince me that my hair was not mine. And I thought, wow, I'm not buying anything here from you. You are denying that this is my beautiful hair.
Because for some reason, it is still a misnomer that we can't grow our own hair out.
And
like, I don't even get that hair. Hair has one job. It is to grow. And when we grow ours out, it's like, no, you can't, that can't be yours because you all can't grow your hair out. You have to get a wig. I'm thinking,
well, this was during a time when not only, I don't think she was talking about length. I think that we are always been concerned with length as black women. I think she was, because it was early on, people weren't all doing dreadlocks at the time, but she was selling the individuals. And so there weren't a whole lot of dreadlock people coming into her space. This was about, I'd say, 96, 97 or something like that. No, when did I meet
Pam
you?
did have the beautiful locks.
I had some good locks. I really had some nice 90 locks. And I think they saw enough. They didn't know. But again, we're teaching them how to treat us by just walking in there. Mm-hmm. We're teaching them how to treat us.
But a part of that, teaching other people how to, I don't want to say appreciate, because I don't need anybody accepting or appreciate. If you can't give me that just because of who I am, then I don't need it. But we have to believe in ourselves, because we make it real easy for people to disengage with us or keep us over here because we don't believe that on some level we are worthy, or this is really beautiful, or I have confidence in myself when I walk into this here boardroom that I am a #1 stunner with this afro.
Right. We
have to believe that.
Yeah, and you know what's giving me really great encouragement and joy is seeing women my age or in their 50s saying, I'm free. Because they were the queen of the hot press and comb, of
the kitchen,
perm, and everything. And then when
with the wax on the back of the hand
then,
right here,
right,
so
right.
you can make
Come on,
yes,
to lay it down,
yes.
And so when they say I'm free now, I'm not doing any of that. And a lot of them I've met are professional women who have retired, who just, and just went natural. And even if you look at some of the business magazines like Black Enterprise, you're seeing that the more mature black corporate executive is going natural.
Going short
and natural.
But this is, Pam, let me ask
to me,
you
that's an unwinding of mindset.
The word natural means it happens naturally.
Right.
That word in itself is powerful, should be powerful enough for everyone. And I know I'm a victim.
All this fat here happened naturally.
It happens naturally. Like, why are we running away from who we are naturally?
Because we believe what other people say.
But it's the thing about it is it didn't even come from white folks. It came from our parents. Like I remember,
Not really.
it did because I sat near that stove.
I know, but it did come from our parents. But don't forget, it came years before your parents.
Right, but that's how racism, it regenerates itself. That's the hate, you know, like the hate that hate produces.
Yeah.
So I think we pushed it. So like, you know, I was having a conversation with my daughter and she's like, Mom, I'm not interested in having straight hair. Because I didn't push that on her. Like we rock braids.
So you made a point.
Right.
You didn't. You allowed her to be herself. Yet
Right.
Your parents did not give them a choice. I wasn't given a choice. Every Easter, I was at Miss White's basement getting my hair pressed and curled. I didn't have a choice. I wanted to, but I didn't have a choice. We did what our mothers and our grandmothers told us to do.
I begged for that Jerry curl in '83 though, Pam.
Ooh, honey, you should have seen. You should have
I
seen.
begged for that Jerry curl.
Fabulous.
I begged for the curl. I want to put that on record. I begged for the curl. Okay?
I had mine blowing in the wind.
I wouldn't even let me sleep in my bed because I was very serious about my moisture bag.
Curl-free curl.
Yes. I begged for that.
The activator.
Yes. I thought that was something, but the funniest thing is our natural curl pattern was like that anyway. What did we go
And no one ever said anything.
No, it's not about being said. It's the fact that we never got permission to play with our own hair. We always gave it to the Miss so-and-so, Aunt so-and-so to do it.
Because as soon as you wash it, you put it in the braids, and then they press it.
Exactly. So we never, let me give you a good example of that. My daughter, I locked her up at age 2.5. At age 3 or 4 or 5, she had
beautiful locks.
She had beautiful locks. She was, and you know why I did it? Because her father couldn't stand hearing her cry whenever I combed her hair after I washed it. And she said, "Would you please do something?" We went to Jamaica. Her head hit the salt water, and her hair was locked. Still is. She's 24 years old. But
water locks.
You know what's so funny? She got locked at age 2. So at age 7 or 8, she would always make these paper dolls. We would buy fabric and put it on the paper. I came home one day and she laid out all these paper dolls and they had locks. Her locks that she had attached to them.
That's right.
And I said, "Where did you get those from?" And she said, "Here and here and here." You know, they were on the side. She was cutting.
Oh, I totally didn't get that until just now.
So what's so funny? So I was like laughing. I laughed at myself because it was so adorable that she wanted these dolls that looked like her. Nice. So I washed her hair that day. She woke up the next morning. She was screaming, "Mommy, Mommy!" I said, "What?" She said, "What is this? What is this?" I said, "That's your hair, baby." Don't forget. She didn't know it. It was always twisted.
She thought the lock came out.
She was like, "What's this? What's this?" She wasn't afraid. She was just like, "What is this?" Her hair, she was feeling her soft afro hair and the natural state. It was not, So my neighbor was white and she would say, "Can I have my hair flat like Ariel's, please, Mommy?" When she could talk. And I said, "Why do you want it flat?" "Flat, Ariel's hair is flat and she can wear it free." I said, "Your locks are free, you can wear it free." I took her to a hot comb shop. And she sat there and watched them little girls on Saturday afternoon pinching the hot. And she said, she kept saying, "Mommy, is that hot? Is that?" And she says, "I don't want it." She said, "No, I'm not getting my hair burnt."
Not at all.
So in that moment, she was like, she had decided, "No, I don't have to get my hair burned." But how do we teach our children to accept the beauty they have?
How do we teach our children?
We model it.
Women, we model it. Okay, to accept the beauty that is their God-given natural right that should be celebrated, not legislated.
Absolutely. Celebrated, not legislated. Love it.
Okay, so that's a question that we're going to leave you all with. But as we end this episode of Grown Women Real Conversation.
Real.
Thank you for watching. See us next time.